When you get down to the nitty gritty, there's just two things that kept this car from greatness. The first was that it was a V6, and the second is that it was only available as a front-wheel drive. Once again, Chevy had the opportunity to dethrone the king of police interceptors at the time. Shit, even in 2018, the way it's looking, of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the hardened Ford Crown Victoria. But what was Chevy's response? Oh, man. They created a front-wheel drive V6 Impala. But there's going to be mixed feelings about this because, personally, I think one thing that Impala was missing that the Crown Vic had from its birth was presence. Not to mention the front-wheel drive platform underperformed in everyday patrol and pursuit conditions compared to the tried and tested rear-wheel drive platforms. Now, 2000 was the first year that Chevy brought back the Impala name. And boy, did it have some big 350 cubic inch shoes to fill. Now, don't get me wrong now. The 2000 to 2005 Impala 9C1 is probably hands down one of the best bangs for your buck that you can get when it comes to four-door sedans. It was years ahead of the freaking archaic Crown Vic. It was more comfortable, it had more prisoner transport room, it was more fuel efficient, and it had plenty of power under the hood, thanks to a 3.8 liter V6 that produced 200 horsepower. Which also gave it a 0 to 60 time of 8.6 seconds. Now, for those of you who do not know, the Crown Victoria with its V8 had 50 more horsepower and it was faster to 60 by a full second.
Impala, holla back, y'all. I don't think YouTube has too many videos like this. Bye-bye.
Not to mention, it was a little bit cheaper because it was such an outdated platform. Overall, besides the lack of two cylinders and being wrong wheel drive, the 3.8 V6 is probably hands down one of the most durable engines that Chevy ever built. Many even surpassing the Crown Vic, going into the 300,000 mile range. Hands down, really is, man. If you guys really are in the market and you really want a cheaper, affordable old police car, I'll probably go with a 2000 to 2005 Impala 9C1. And yes, this is before you buy, so you guys know that I tell you the nitty gritty. I give it to you straight. And the Impala wasn't perfect, but you know what? It actually almost nearly was, because the only problem that I can find with this car is with the transmission. They are just notorious for having transmission problems. But then again, the same can be said about any former police car, especially the Crown Victoria. Either way, I hope you guys learned a little something about the 2000 to 2005 Chevy Impala 9C1. If you guys are in the market for one, highly recommended. Just keep in mind it is front wheel drive and it is a V6. If you're okay with always living in the shadow of a Crown Victoria, then by all means, go ahead, knock yourself out.